U novom izdanju emisije Oni vole Srbiju upoznaćemo fudbalera Voždovca Džuniora Flemingsa. Iako je fudbalom počeo da se bavi u rodnom Kingstonu, ovaj talentovani fudbaler karijeru je gradio u inostranstvu. Od ove sezone pojačao je redove Voždovca, a mi idemo da ga upoznamo i da čujemo njegovu priču.
Ovo Firminho? Ne bre, to je Soldado.
Saldanha seco. Mateus Saldanha.
Registrujte se i mi vam poklanjamo 11 puta po 2000 dinara. Plus svaki dan free spinovi, a utorkom loyalty cashback.
Nes uzlova. Majke mi.
Junior, thank you so much for being our guest today. How are you doing, first of all?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being our guest again. So, you know, in this TV show, we have the chance to get to know you guys a little bit better. And you have a very interesting story. You are a professional soccer player, a businessman, and a dad of two beautiful daughters. So how do you handle everything?
It can be a bit complicated at times, but especially when it comes down to the kids, most importantly is time. Because everything else is pretty much replaceable except your time. When you're not around them, it can be difficult, you know, travel, being in a different club, different countries and stuff, you know, can be complicated. But what I do whenever in my off season, I definitely spend that time with them and try to make up all that time that I've been on the pitch or on the training ground. So, yes.
So, Junior, I said you have two daughters, and your older daughter is 10 years old, and you're very young, you're 28, right?
Yes.
So you had your daughter when you were 18?
Yes.
So tell me about that, first of all, because in that period you were starting off your professional career and you had a kid. So on one hand, you have a lot of motivation because of your kid. On the other hand, was difficult, right?
Yes. Yes, I think it helps me a lot. It was definitely a situation that I embraced. I mean, for a lot of people, the culture is different, you know, and in the Caribbean culture, it's somewhat normal, you know, between 18 to, so young. Once you're responsible and you can afford to do it, then, you know, it's somewhat okay. And for me at that time, I basically just turned a professional, and you know, as everyone will tell you about the experience, you know, it's like a holy moment and stuff. And during that same time, my first daughter came into play, and I think she really motivates me and energizes me every day to keep going, because then I know I'm not only doing it for myself, but for her, someone who will look up to me because of responsibility, and I definitely embrace that challenge really well. And 2 years later again, I got another daughter, and I mean, it's awesome. At first, I wanted to have a boy, of course, for the sports of football, but I wouldn't trade anything else. If in the future, or if I choose to get more kids, I think maybe another girl again, and then that's it. But for me, the girls they make you feel really loved, you know, and especially, you know, in the mornings when I'm around them, and how when they wake up, and it's just different, like a different emotion of when you have a boy kid to relate to, you know.
The connection, right?
Yeah, you will do sporting stuff and stuff like that you can relate to, but where emotion is attached, you know, to have a daughter is over the moon for me. And, you know, my two daughters for me is definitely my biggest motivation and inspiration. And whenever I play, I have both of them names tattooed here, and I always give them a kiss before I take the pitch. So, and always remember, you know, that, yeah, I'm doing it for them, and it helps me really, really a lot.
Can you tell us their names?
Jade and Jada.
Okay, they're very lucky because they have a good dad, so they really loves
Thank
her.
you.
So that's very nice. But you know, because we talk about your daughters,
Yes.
How were you as a kid? You remember that?
Yes, so for me as a kid, growing up, so funny, I wasn't in the frame of mind of becoming a professional footballer in my early stages. I wanted to do track and field because I think even today my mom still, I'm still athletic enough to do track, and if I was training like a track and field player, I would have gone a lot further. But I tell her, like, no, I don't want to do that. And I had a crazy experience. My first time went to try out for a football team.
Okay.
I went to training and the coach told us, it was like an open tryout. Coach told us everyone to run 3 laps around the pitch. I was running. During the course of my second lap around the pitch, my laces were pulled. I stopped and was tying them, and the coach for some reason thought I didn't want to do it. And he was like, you need to go home after you finish run.
Okay.
And I said to him, why? He said, I told you guys to run 3 laps and you stopped, so you're not doing what I told you to do. I finished the laps and I ran straight home.
Okay.
And went to my mom and I cried.
Oh.
That was my first experience. The other year after, so this was when I was 11 years old. The next year I went, same coach, same team, went to try out again, and of course with the determination of telling myself I'm going to make it happen this time. I went, and that same year I became the captain of the team.
Okay, right.
Signed for the team, and that's where I actually started playing, and from there I matriculated in football and started playing in high school, because high school football in Jamaica is a very, very big thing.
Is it high level?
Yes, very big thing, because a lot of players after that went on to colleges, went to sign professional, and so it's highly rated in Jamaica. And I went on to be the best high school footballer even now, because I've won everything in where trophies are concerned, and individual awards and stuff like that. Went on to play for the national team from U17, U20, U23s, and the senior team. And I have been captain of all those teams and vice captain for the senior team.
I would like to hear more about your career and your beginnings and your experiences in the States, in Europe. But if you agree, we can go to the restaurant, take something to eat, and talk more about that. You agree?
For sure.
Agree?
Yes.
Let's go. So Junior, we came to Maidan to have some lunch, to try some Serbian dishes, and to continue our chat. So we ordered some chicken because you don't eat pork, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a shame, because here there's a lot of things with pork.
Yes, I get to understand that there's a lot of beef and pork in the Serbian dishes.
Okay, but the dishes with chicken are good as well. And there's something that I really would like you to try. It's called ayva. That's the pepper sauce.
Okay.
It's very nice. Every guest in this show needs to try ayva.
Okay.
So would you like to try it before we start to talk a little bit?
Yeah, so sure. Why
It's
not?
a pepper sauce.
Okay.
And I told you before to take that little thing. It's a very specific bread. Yes, to try it. So let's do it.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
No,
it's very
fine.
good. It's very good.
I trust you.
I know you're a very good cook, and you know how to cook, so you really understand food.
I do.
And I'm sure you're gonna tell us your honest opinion.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Embraced it.
So that's a very nice to hear because, as I said before, you understand food, you like to cook. So what do you cook at home?
I cooked everything that I wanted and I feel for at the moment. I can cook every Jamaican dish.
For example, tell us one.
For example, jerk chicken, curry chicken, brown stew chicken, steam fish, Jamaican baked chicken, oxtail.
Everything. You can open a restaurant, Junior.
The list is very tall. Yes. And for information, when I cooked, Norman normally sends for his food.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's an interesting thing to know. So
Yes.
thank you for telling us.
Yes.
Okay.
So if anyone coming from Belgrade going to Novi Sad, they have to take his food.
I think he told this
Yeah.
while we were recording the TV show with him.
Yes.
He said, okay, I have a Jamaican friend in Belgrade, so we're going together to cook. This is the Jamaican friend. This is the chef, right?
Yes.
So before, in the park, we were talking about your daughters, your career. So now I would like to mention a chapter of your career that was pretty long, the experience in the States. So you played in the States for a lot of years, you changed a lot of cities. So tell me more about that experience.
Yeah, it's a very good experience to me because I'm really open where traveling is concerned and different cultures, and you can see, try different food and stuff like that. And I think in America, playing there, you get to experience a different side of just playing football, because pretty much every away game you have to fly on a plane. You have to go to another state, and sometimes it can be across country where you flew to another state and it's different time zone, but we're in the same country.
Okay.
You know, so that also can be a factor and those stuff, but I embrace it a lot because, as I said, every state is unique in their own way. Every state is known for something else. Like, perfect example, you go to New York, you know, they're gonna tell you you need to go to Times Square in Manhattan, where it's, you know, good for everything that you're actually looking for. Then you go to Miami, you go for the beaches and other stuff like that. You go to Vegas, it's for party. So every state is different and unique in their own way.
It's not boring, let's say like this.
No, if someone that lives in America tell you that where they live is boring, I don't want to see, or I don't want to hear where they live. Because literally, as I said, every state, you have something to do, whether or not it's religious belief, or if you're not so much into entertainment and want to only do like cultural stuff or movie type stuff or animated stuff where you can go to like sceneries and stuff like that. You definitely have those stuff, museums and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of different stuff.
Was in that moment that you opened your clothing store or not?
Yes, it was during that same moment in 2018. I was home. I remember this day like it was yesterday, and I sat down and I was browsing on the internet, and it comes to my mind because growing up I always liked the number 7.
Okay.
And for some strange reason, I think I want to bring it into the fashion world and try to find different names with 7, and it wasn't clicking. So I decided to join both 7s together and make it the name 77 brand. And to me, that was a very unique name. And even in the logo, if you really look within the logo, you will see it is literally 27, but you have to look because it's kind of detailed. So I got inspired by that, and when I created the logo on my own from scratch and bring it to a graphic designer and, you know, tell him what I wanted and how I wanted it to envision it and all of that, and he bring it to life, and everything started to come together. I started to tell my friends, hey, listen, hey, you know, I'm gonna do this clothing brand, and it's so crazy. The first stuff that I actually put out, like within less than a week, they were all gone. You know, and everyone was saying like, you know, they didn't know I have this creative side of me where I could put stuff like this together where fashion is concerned and those kind of stuff. And it was really good to hear their feedback. And now in the summer, I'm planning on relaunching a bigger and better. So.
Very interesting for this reason. At the beginning, I said a soccer player, a dad, and a businessman, so everything.
Yeah.
There's something you're planning for the future you would like to tell us?
Yes, I still want to be involved in the game, so I think after playing, I maybe want to become a coach.
A coach.
Yeah, to give back, because I think I have a lot of knowledge where football is concerned that I can definitely pass on to especially the younger generation, and sharing experience of traveling around the world and playing in different countries, in different weather, different atmospheres. Again, playing against some of the top players in the world and stuff like that. So I think by doing so, I can definitely help a lot of players along the way.
Great, and good luck for that.
Thank you.
And let's talk now a little bit about Belgrade, about your experience here in Voždovac. So I remember when you signed, you said that you did a research. You did a research about the team. You were very attracted by the fact that it's very young, about the stadium is very interesting. So would you like to tell us more about that?
I have a couple guys that have been in Belgrade before, and I know I have a little chit chat with them and see what it is like and the culture there and stuff. And they're actually really good feedbacks in terms of the league itself and just the atmosphere. Because for me, I embraced a very good electric atmosphere. Fans gonna be fans, talking bad stuff, all of this, I embrace it because it's the adrenaline of when you're playing and wanting to do good, and to see thousands of those people who actually pay to come to the game to watch you and for you to perform and do your best. For me, that's something significant. And I think I really look forward to that. And I think in Belgrade, when you're playing the Partizan and you're playing the Red Star and Vojvodina and other clubs who have a bigger fan base, you can really see, you know, the passion that they have for the football, and that's really good.
How did you feel when you play against these teams?
It is one that I definitely was looking forward to, and I had to play a bigger role in these type of games because the team is a young team, younger players, maybe first a lot of them playing in 20, 30,000 fans. So I have to be a role model during that time leading up to that game, and, you know, give them some motivation of, you know, these are moments that you want to play in, these are moments that you want to embrace because you want to show why you can compete at the top level. So you want to play against the best in electric atmosphere and show that you're capable of doing this on the world stage. So by me saying this stuff to them, and, you know, and showing them clips of past players that have played in atmospheres that have played in with over 70, 80,000 people, and how I controlled emotions and stuff like that during those games, you know, is very overwhelming to them. And, you know, for me, it is also a learning experience to me, being on the older side now, passing down knowledge to the younger players, because I was once on the younger side listening to all the players. So for me, I definitely embraced it a lot, and I look forward to finish the season really strong with them and see where it goes from here.
Interesting. I always said that it's very important to feel very comfortable in a place where you live, so I would like to hear from you how is going that part. So do you like your life in Belgrade?
Yes, my life in Belgrade, just overall, I'm pretty private person. Outside of football, my life is pretty private. I mean, I would be in the media because of my career, my profession.
Right.
But pretty low-key. I like to stay behind the scenes. If I don't have to say or do anything or put myself out there, I'd rather not to. So I think also for that in Belgrade, I am doing pretty good where living and getting comfortable is concerned, because my routine is pretty simple: training to home, cook, chill, relax, and talk to family back home. And I pretty much repeat that cycle every day. And different from if we win a game and the guys are feeling themselves and they said, okay, let's go have a drink, and we will go. But outside of that, during a normal week, I pretty much just train, go home, cook, prepare something to eat, listen to some music, or I'm more of a documentary guy. I will watch some documentary because I'm also pretty interested in just life in general and how things evolve outside of being a sports person.
I understand. So you're a very calm person. When you're practice, you want to be home to chill, to get a culture, let's say like this. But I was thinking even another thing when I asked you if you like Belgrade. Serbs are very welcoming. So when my question was more when you came here, did you feel like they accepted you? Do you feel like a part of the family? Let's say like this?
I definitely felt welcome, especially when I came to Vozwax, and the players, the coaching staff, the people that I've met, and just being around the city and stuff, because there was a lot of people who recognized who I was and stuff like that, and they welcomed me and they want to know more about me, which was good. I had conversations with them and stuff like that, so I embrace these stuff. So yes, they really welcomed me with open arms. And as I said, for me, cultural change, I love those kind of stuff because I want to know more about the world in general than just Jamaica or the States. Because especially in these sports, you might never know where you end up next. You might never know what tomorrow, will be. And for that, I want to be very open and diverse where food is concerned, culture is concerned, religion is concerned, like everything, just open.
Ovo Firmino? Ne bre, to je Soldado.
Saldanha seco. Mateus Saldanha.
Registrujte se i mi vam poklanjam 11 puta po 2000 dinara. Plus svaki dan free spinovi, a utorkom loyalty cashback.
Bez uzlova. Majke mi.
Džunior, thank you so much for this interview. It was a pleasure. And to wrap it up, would you like to send a message to our audience? This is the camera behind me. So if you want to just to say hello to them or to send a message, you can do it.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, of course, again, for welcoming me in your country, first and foremost. And I definitely look to embrace and do a lot of great stuff that I can be remembered while my time here in Serbia.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.